Hi, welcome back to Happy Apple Core Homestead. It is rhubarb season. We are at the end of April. We're in the Pacific Northwest, Zone 8B, and the rhubarb is ready to go. It's best to harvest it in the spring because as the season goes on, the stalks can get really fibrous and also the oxalic acid tends to get into the stalks. But this is the perfect time of year. I canned some up last year, which was delicious, but this year we're going to make wine. I'm going to take you step by step. This will be a multi-part series, but I promise I will put the entire recipe down in the description box for you so you can order anything you need and you can do this along with me. So here for part one, obviously you're going to need plenty of rhubarb. Make sure that you cut the leaves off. We don't want any of the leaves getting into the wine. The recipe that I'm going to share with you is a 1 gallon recipe, but if I have enough, I'm going to make a larger batch. In addition to your rhubarb, you are going to need a sanitized bucket. You're going to need Campden tabs, and you are going to need a mesh bag, and that also needs to be sanitized. I use Easy Clean to sanitize my wine equipment, but there are lots of different ones out there for you to choose from. Now that I have harvested my rhubarb, it is time to wash it, chop it, and weigh it. A 1 gallon recipe calls for 5 pounds of rhubarb. I'm not sure how much I have here. I'm thinking it might be like pushing 10 pounds. If I can, I do have another plant out there. If I can get 15 pounds of rhubarb and I think it's gonna fit into this bucket, then I will do that. But first things first, I'm gonna head over to the sink, get this all washed up, get it cut up, and then I'm gonna weigh it. And I'll tell you how much this pile weighs, and then we will move into the first stages of making a rhubarb wine. It is a little bit different, so if you follow my wine series, I've made a couple different kinds of wine. Each one has a few different ingredients and a couple different steps. This one is no exception. I will be right back with you. Well, here's my bowl, this huge bowl. That was everything that you saw just a second ago is now in here. It took about a half an hour to wash and chop all of this, and it's 9.6 pounds. So I was pretty close on the guesstimate on how much it weighed. So obviously I'm going to at least do a 3 gallon batch of wine. So I'm pretty sure I have another 5.5 pounds of rhubarb out there. So I'm gonna go harvest some more, get that washed and chopped up, and then we'll go to the next step. See you soon. I now have 15 pounds of chopped clean rhubarb. I've got about 6 cups of raisins here, and we're gonna start adding them to our clean sanitized bucket. I have put the mesh bag into the bucket, and we're going to layer it a little bit. The purpose of the raisins is to just give a little bit of body to the wine because rhubarb is not a super strong flavor. It is a vegetable, not a fruit, but it tastes a lot like a fruit. The Campden tabs are to prevent any like wild yeast that's growing. We don't want it to get a little, like too active before we put the yeast in because we're not doing that step today. When you go down in the description and you look at my recipe, you will notice that ginger is an option. I think ginger would be lovely in this wine, but I don't have any, so I'm not going to add it today. Let's jump right in with our layering. We've got 15 pounds of rhubarb. We are going to add 18 cups of sugar and 6 cups of raisins. We have all of the raisins, the rhubarb, and the sugar in the bucket, but we are not really going to add any water. What we are going to do is add the 3 Campden tabs, and that's because I'm doing a 3 gallon batch of wine. This is a 6.5 gallon bucket, and you guys, it's full. It's like up to here. So if you wanted to make a 5 gallon batch of wine, I would just keep in mind that you might need 2 buckets if you're going to do a really large batch because the rhubarb takes up so much space. The sugar is going to draw the moisture out of the rhubarb, which is why it's not necessary to add any water at this point. It's only going to weigh it down and just make the whole process a little bit more complicated. But make sure that you hit the bell and get subscribed to my channel, because if you're going to make rhubarb wine along with me, you're going to want to make sure to see my next video, which will go into all the next steps. Which will be in 3 days. So 3 days from now, you're going to get another video with the very next step of making this wine. Let's get these Campden tabs in, and then I'll tell you what's coming up, and then I'll let you go for the day. They do need to be crushed, so I just put them in a little baggie and then use the bottle to just crush them up. At this point, it's completely up to you if you want to just sprinkle it in the top, because it will work its way down, or if you would prefer, you can add a little bit of water and then pour it in, and I think I might do it that way. So we've got a little bit of water here, and I'm just gonna pop that right into the bucket, make sure that it does eventually incorporate down. The rhubarb will start to break down pretty quickly. Some recipes say you only need to leave it for 24 hours. We're going to leave it for 3 days instead of just 24 hours, just to make sure all the moisture is out of the rhubarb and that the rhubarb is broken down well enough that we can kind of squish it and smash it. Now we're going to take our mesh bag and we're going to tie it up nice and tight. That way, as the rhubarb breaks down, it won't pop out of the bag. So nice and tight here. And we're just gonna put this in here, and then we're gonna cover it with a cotton cloth. We'll get this bucket covered up, and we're gonna set it aside and leave it alone for 3 days. I will have the full recipe right now for you in the description box, like I said a couple of times already, but I just didn't want you guys to think I was leaving you in the lurch, because this is such a short video and it doesn't seem like we did a lot, but we did. And the next video is going to have a ton of more ingredients, steps that you need to follow to make the perfect rhubarb wine. I am going to clean up my mess and hop back out to the garden for a while. I will be seeing you in 3 days. Bye!